So, I don't think people understand what goes into this. And I'm going to do a little demonstration. It's not a gun and a light because that takes really long. But this is, I just got this mold. And sorry the camera's crooked. I'm having major difficulties getting this camera to work because I'm trying to see if there's a way I can make it straight. Because you know me, I think I can make it straight. Sorry about that. See how it's shaking? I really got it rigged up. Okay, it'll stop shaking. That's better. So this is a single handcuff case. Okay, I've been making the double ones. They've been coming out beautiful. Okay, handcuffs are a little tricky because they have a lot of pins and rivets sticking out and all, so they don't really go in and snap and hold perfectly like a gun or a magazine. They just don't. So what you do is you put tension all around it just to adjust it so it's similar. It can be halfway decent. So this looks like a good mold. So what I have to do is I gotta make sides on it for the tension screws, because when you get it like this. Now you have to create an extended mold. It's not fun, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is put this on the bottom, and that is for, usually I use that for a sight channel, and this is real waxy, and I hope I don't have to, yeah, oh man, I might have to sand it down to make the tip, yep. So, when I get my mold, here's another step. I gotta sand that slick, shiny shit off, or the tape will not stick. I need a new pad. I'm so prepared all the time. Isn't it amazing how prepared I am? When I get molds, I'm saying you, like you're gonna make a holster, whatever. When I get molds, they come with like a slick, waxy finish because this material is like a Teflon. So I really gotta scuff it up. And hopefully that'll make it sticky. Not really. I need something a little more aggressive. Let's see. This is so sometimes you gotta do this shit to the molds. Now I'll try some brake cleaner because that really dries the shit out. Let's see what happens with that. And then we'll see if it makes it sticky. It still feels slick to me. That's a little better. I can't pull it off. Alright, so I'm going to do that side. I'm going to do this side. Wrong one, jerk off. So, I'm on a date. You guys know I'm single now. So, I was on a dating site a while ago, and like Plenty of Fish, they're all the same. One's not better than the other. Trust me, they're all the same. So if you're single, it doesn't matter which one you sign up for. It's nice, it's convenient, it stops you from having to go out and spend a ton of money, going to bars and all that. It's definitely good that way, but here's the problem. The problem is these friggin' girls, man, putting up pictures from 10 years ago. And one thing I don't do, I make sure on my profile, I put current pictures. I don't want no one to be disappointed when they see me, right? It's just a waste of their time. So I met this one girl and at a restaurant, and I said, "Don't you have any body shots?" You know, I hate to say that, but you have any body shots? I got body shots. And she's like, "Yeah, no, I don't, but trust me, I'm built like an hourglass." Okay, so when she came, she looked like 2 hours and 15 minutes. Okay, far from it. So, and it's been that way almost every time. So probably out of maybe 6 dates I had, one of them looked like their picture. One. That's it. Believe that? So, to all the single guys out there, just letting you know, I don't know how you detect that, but expect that. That's what's going to happen. Right? And, you know, you feel bad. You're not going to say, "Well, I'm leaving because I don't like the way you look." So you got to get through the whole fucking dinner, waste $100, you know? Okay, so I like to talk about stuff while I'm doing stuff because it makes it less boring. So here's the side channel, because I need that, because when I push down, this is too big and fat for it to wrap around neatly. So you need that spine on there. So this is what I have to do when I do this stuff. Okay, and now I had to make these. Everything has to be made. I gotta put this on here. Okay, let me get my voice. I'm trying not to pause the video and start it. I'm probably gonna have to a couple times. So this is what I have to do. Gotta put this in a vise. It's a good how-to video. Right now I'm really slow, so if you order a holster, you'll get it extremely fast. Okay, so that looks pretty good to me. The issue I'm having right now is the tape to be sticking. This is the best tape I found, and guess where I got it? Believe it or not, I've tried all the tape from Home Depot and everything. Guess where I got the best tape? Harbor Freight, believe it or not. So, because it's great, it has a waxy outside. So when you pop the gun or whatever mold you're in, sometimes it's hard to get the mold out. But this has like a waxy, and it pops right out. You don't have to sit there and prying it with a screwdriver, boogering up your mold, because sometimes you have a hard time getting them out, you know. So this is great tape for that. I don't know what it's called. So if you just go to Harbor Freight and get painter's tape, chances are it's called Stickter, like Stinkter. Stickter. It's got a yellow. There you go. You can see it. So if you do this kind of stuff, this is a really good tape to use. It's not real sticky. That's the only thing. But it's because of this material I'm taping to. This material, man, it's really, really slick. It feels like a non-stick pan. See how it's popping off? So I might have to really get into it and sand this shit. Like my sander, my electric sander. I don't want to sand too much because I don't want to remove material and whack it out of spec, you know what I mean? But you have to be able to use tape. So this is sticking pretty good here. Looks like this is coming off. Alright, so let's get the other side going. People ask me, I notice you shake a lot. Yeah, I do. And that started like a little over a year ago. And I don't know what caused it. I had a pretty hard time going through the divorce, you know. I'm a deep person, so things affect me a lot more than, I guess, someone who's not a deep person. So it takes more of a toll on you. and I wouldn't call it a nervous breakdown, but I had a really hard time. So after that, it started happening. So I don't know if that caused it or whatever, but yeah, it sucks. It sucks. I am on medication to try to steady it out a little, but it doesn't really do much. So that's why, I think that's why I got the shakes all the time. It makes it very hard to shoot, you know, and it's embarrassing. I'm holding my gun at the range and I'm shaking and people are looking at me. So that's the part I hate about it. It's affecting my hobby and my fun, you know. I have good days and bad days. So I don't know what it is. It's just my hands, like nowhere else. So I've been tested for, you know, all kinds of shaking diseases, and it's just really bad nerves. And I guess I was shaken up pretty bad. I don't know. Okay, so I'm putting the wood on here. I don't care. I'll talk about anything. You guys know. Anyway, you guys that's been with me forever, you guys know my personal life. So we gotta do this one over. It's not sticking enough, you bitch. So what I could try to do, since this is sticky, is put tape on top of that. And then stick the tape on top of that. Look at that. Now after you use it for a while, that slickness goes away completely, and then you're good. It'll stick real good. But right now it's brand new mold. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. And then when I put it in the press, you gotta hope nothing moves when you're doing press molds. Now if I'm doing a vacuum seal mold, which is right there, you don't have to worry about much. Nothing really moves that bad. It's really a lot easier. But since this is not split in two, like a butterfly, I have to use the sponge, the old school kind, the old school way. So this isn't an order, I'm just making this as an example. Because, you know, I deal with a lot of cops and I can show them, you know. Okay, so, now I need a spot. So let's say probably going to go on the left side because the gun's on this side. So I'm going to have to put some kind of mounting thing here. And I have that T-mount, which is pretty universal with everything. Works really well. I'll use this. Like I said, the only thing I'm nervous about is nothing sticking down really well. So I'll have to see what happens. That T-mount right there, it's very handy. Now see how plastic on plastic is real slippery? So what I'll do is to give it more traction, is put tape down. And this tape is slick, but it's less slick than that mold, guaranteed. So now I'll put this on there, and it's a lot less slippery. Now I have two of these. I have a metal one too. The metal one sticks out a little more, so I try to make it as low profile as I can, so you know, so it don't stick out when I'm wearing it. If you're a security guard or any of that stuff, you got your Act 235 and all that. You know, this is good. Now the single ones are not on the website yet. I got to put them up there because I haven't made one yet. I'm going to make sure it works. Another thing, when you order a Glock 26 and you're picking lights out, you can only pick the TLR6 only, because I don't know, you know, the Glock 26 don't have a rail. If there's a new one with a rail, let me in on it. I'll get the mold, but I haven't seen one. Okay, so this is ready, I think, right? I got the mount. I got the space for my tension screws, and I'm going to put it in the press. and then I'll come back. You don't need to see me put it in the press. So it's still in the press. I'm going to take it out of the press. I see some people, they put it in the press for a minute and they take it out. I don't like doing that. I leave it in the press almost all the way till it cools, because I think it'll give you more definition. And as the plastic's cooling, it's moving. Trust me, it's moving. So I leave it in there for about at least 10 minutes, 10 long minutes, okay? I used to leave it in there longer, but I was overdoing it, and I learned I didn't have to leave it in there that long, so I don't waste more time. So I'm gonna go get it out. This is the very first press. This is the first time we're doing this, so I don't know what it's gonna look like. Should look good. Really not much different than anything else. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty good. So there it is. Alright, so nice clean lines. There's your spine I was telling you, so you have something to bend it around, so it gives it a clean look. If that wasn't there, it would be wavy and it would look like total dog shit, and I can't take that. So what I'm going to do is cut it out and figure out how to put this thing together and make it work right. Okay, so now, you know, that's a rough cut. I'm going to take it out of here. See what I'm talking about, this tape? It just drops it right out. Normally, it can be a bitch to get it out of there. That's why I like that tape. Okay, there's your T-mold on the back. Pretty much accepts everything. That's why I like using it. Now I got to figure out the design. I'm probably going to cut it right across here. And try to make this as, you know, everything needs to be as small as you can get it. You know, that's how I do it. And, you know, you'll get, people are very happy about that. They're like, oh, it's small, I don't even know it's there. And you want to keep that going. So just try to figure out how to do it like that. Okay, so far it's looking good. Usually when you're 3/4 of the way through it, you're like, fuck, that ain't gonna work, and you got to do it all over again. So far it's looking good. I'm getting lucky. So now, if I know this works and it works really well, I will glue all this on here permanently, so I don't have to keep dressing it up every single time. The only thing I'm not going to glue is this on there, because if someone wants it on the right side or left side, I can switch that back and forth. The mold, as you can see, is ambi. It's both on both sides, so I can move this on either side. Usually that's the only thing that'll make it a little difficult. So now I'm going to line up. I'm going to drill my holes. I'm going to put the rubber spacers in, and then decide what kind of an attachment to put on there, and then we'll see how it fits. Okay, so there's the finished product. Like I said, that's the first one I did. I just put a regular clip on the back. I really don't know what kind of attachment I'm going to use yet, or what option attachments are going to be on the website. But I do have tech locks. They work really well. They open and close. Let me show you. Man, it's a long video. It's going to take forever to upload. It's the only thing I don't like about it. All right, so this is a tech lock. These are really cool. Alright, they open, and then they have these two plastic pegs sticking out, and you can move them to different belt sizes. So it's pretty cool. It's not really that thick. I don't think that, you know, it won't stick out that much. So that's good. So there's the finished product. Looks pretty clean. Just put your basic clip on there. This clip will swivel for you if you want it to. And then where you want it, and just tighten that real tight. I do use Loctite, but I use blue, so you can tighten it and take it out if you need to take it out. Now these are hinge cuffs. I use these to test because they don't, the other ones with the chain, and they do this, and it's a pain in the ass to test them. But I do test them with the chain, so they will work with both. See that? So like I said, like a gun holster, they don't go in perfectly and lock, and you know, but this one seems good. I think what I'm going to do next time, I don't know, if someone has big hands, maybe half moon this out a little bit, just a little bit, so you can get your fingers in there better. Yeah, or it depends how much you push them down. So, not going anywhere. Tension screws all the way around. Everything's polished, everything looks good. So if you want one of these, they're not on the website yet, but just email me or text me at 267-588-4508 and I'll make it for you. I'll give you a price, send you a custom link. Something like this, just the way it is right here. Probably do it for $45 free shipping. It's pretty good, right? And you got yourself a nice high quality cuff pouch. I don't know what the fuck to call them. Very happy with it. Very happy with it. So guys, I'm glad now you can see what goes into this. And this is just a small project. The guns with the lights and all, it's just a lot of labor. So try not to give me, a hard time with the prices. I look at everyone else's prices and I'm like, I'm not even kidding you, $25 cheaper, sometimes $30 cheaper with those light holsters. So I think from what I can see, I gotta be in the top 10 most reasonable holster companies as far as prices go. And here is the double. Okay, and then there is the paddle. Now if you want a paddle on here, it's kind of small. Yeah, I can get it on there. So, could give you a paddle if you wanted it. Okay? Alright guys, gotta go. Have a good one.